comfortable. I sit like this. 85 people. We're having fun. 85. We're back.
The Pod Boys back again. $85 people. We're back. We're having fun.
This is not a Jewish hate podcast.
We're going to start with that.
However, we are going to have some pro-Palestine views, I think, by the time all said and
I don't know.
done.
Well, we're gonna go through the facts. We're going to run through the facts, run through the
I'm very interested.
what's going on.
I don't think people are educated about this topic.
Well, they're educated by the media.
By the liberal media.
The liberal media spreading false news.
False flags, false news.
What I've come look at this first thing.
Fake
Council on
news.
Foreign Relations, history of Israel and Palestine. Let's just
Yeah.
see what they're about.
Council of Foreign Relations.
Obviously a tragedy of what's happened.
Yeah, everything's bad.
Yeah, we can't. I mean,
No one's denying that.
but truly, it's watching the news. It's a lot of propaganda.
They lit the Empire State Building up the colors of Israel. Like, why are
Why are we taking sides so quick?
our boss sent out an email saying how we
Our
stand
CEO.
we stand with Israel? It's like, why? We're a weed company. I think they'd kill you over there if you had weed.
I think they murder you. I think that's what
They'd
happened.
Chop your fucking hand off.
Is
no?
that a rule over there? Let's see.
We stand with the people of Israel.
Yes. No, it was a really weird email.
What are we doing? Sending money? Like, what do you mean? We stand, like, everyone's going to come into work. The only thing you did was probably piss off the Palestinian dude we work with.
Yeah, we do work with the Palestinian dude. I would love to see what his family's. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that house.
I know, because you can't get, like, an in-public true opinion. You need
No.
the behind closed doors.
I need to know. Hey, do you mind if I come over for dinner? I'll bring kebabs. I'll bring the falafel. We'll have fun.
Oh, that'd be crazy if you showed up with Taste of Jerusalem food.
Come on.
To the,
It's a good place. It's a good place. Taste Jerusalem on 30?
but yeah, but you're supporting them,
Yeah.
the enemy.
Oh. No. Taste Jerusalem? That's not, they weren't Jewish in there, maybe. Were they Jewish? That hat's not that whole get up that woman had wasn't. That's not a Jewish. Look up a Jewish woman. Your search history is going to be crazy. During this whole thing, you're looking up Jewish weed laws.
Jerusalem. A Jewish word, if there ever was one. Not great.
You don't think the Jewish women are... Come on, look at that. You're telling me that...
She was
That's
so
not a-
Jewish, she looks Chinese.
That's not a propaganda picture? How would you spell traditional? Oh, here, Jewish head covering. Yeah, she might have been.
Case in point.
She might have been Jewish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cha-ching!
Don't forget where I come from. I come from the second land of the Jews.
God, I come from the Upper West Side.
No, easy.
No, where all the Jews hang out? Upper West Side? The Upper East? No,
They're all over. To be honest.
they're all over.
I know there's like a hardcore sect in Brooklyn, and then there's like rich ones in Long Island, Upper West Side, Upper East Side.
Interesting.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with migrating from coming in legally and migrating to a country.
And then being at the top of everything.
I tried. Sure, I came to the best country,
Sure,
the best state in the world.
As a bit of a mathematician myself, I can tell you the proportions don't make sense of how many of us there are in relation to how many of us control things. It's neither here nor there.
It's really not up for debate. I think it's really just it's really.
I want to
just,
say the Rothschilds thing.
You want to say it? Get in there.
I feel like it's a big fucking deal, is it not?
No, it is a big deal. Let's go into this. What was that? The
Declaration.
Balfour Declaration. But let's start from the beginning of this. What happened?
Well, let's go back to the Bible again, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind, I go back to the Bible because I think
I
that's where all
haven't
this,
finished it yet.
I think that's where all this leads back to.
I haven't finished it yet, admittedly, but I'm at Genesis like 35 or something, and the Jews keep getting promised, the Hebrews, they keep getting promised this land by God, but then they never really have it. Like,
Never get it.
they're in it sometimes, depending
Around
on who's in charge, oftentimes around it, but it's never their land. And I know, skipping ahead to the Moses part, when God tells them again, it's your land, go take it, they go in and say that the people there are too big and strong and they make us look like grasshoppers. So
Land of giants.
I take things.
We take things very literally on this podcast.
They wrote it down. I'm reading it. Grasshoppers. I'm in.
I'm in. They're giants.
You know what was a metaphor? The tree thing.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
You gotta have a real
Really got to get a
fine-tooth comb. But yeah, so this never was the Jews' land. It's not like and even if it was their land at some point.
This is also our opinion with the knowledge we have right now.
Correct. And we have the right to amend previous statements as we have before.
As we have before.
Likely we'll do again. But
We're talking.
thinking out loud.
We got freedom of speech in this country. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Sean Strickland says most countries should have it.
Yes.
He thinks every country should have it. And he would stand by countries like Australia if they did.
It's crazy that people don't have it.
Yeah.
It's crazy to go somewhere else and be like,
I can't say anything.
there's one thing you can't say in this country.
But no, back to the Bible, please.
But even if it was their land, which it never technically was, other than allegedly by God, which who knows
Who knows who that is?
what that means?
Who knows what Anunnaki that is? What
Reptile,
deity?
Anunnaki, fucking
I mean,
whatever.
any deity.
We don't even know. But even if it was their land, it's still like, yeah, people have land. Like, people's empires shrink and get bigger and get renamed.
Yeah, look at Rome.
People win and lose, and people's land. Like, so even if it was their land at some point, it's not like anything. It's not like nothing was worse than what we did to the Native Americans.
Yeah.
So anything,
If that's where's their country?
if they're not getting hooked up with, we gave them the shittiest, but we were like,
Here's a reservation in the middle of the desert.
yeah, no one should want this when you set up camp here. Like, if no one's hooking them up with anything, like, no one else should be really getting anything.
Well, the king did.
Correct. Because when the Zionist movement happened and they started talking about how the Jews should be given a land, which look, hey, pull up another tab. Look up when that thing that Jewish doctrine of Europe. Google that.
Oh, I have that. The Balfour Doctrine.
No, that's not what I just said.
Oh, the Jewish problem. Is what you were
Yes.
saying.
What year is that? Because you almost wonder, maybe it wasn't everyone being racist. Maybe a dude came out and said it because he knew.
The Jewish question. Oh God, this is a book, a black book, if anything. Jewish question also refers to the Jewish problem, a wide-range debate in the 19th and 20th century Europe pertaining to the appropriate status and treatment of Jews.
Okay, but 19th century is 1800s, right? So that's before the other thing.
Yes, we're going to talk.
So what if this is like the setup? Like, hey, I know I hate that they're all over here. Like, it kind of like made everyone okay to be like, yeah, we wouldn't mind getting rid of ours, I guess. Like maybe everyone else was
Yeah.
like fine with it, but then it's like, hey, I mean, if you're gonna get rid of it, yeah, I'm down with that. So then along comes the Balfour document or whatever declaration. So then it's just a matter of like, hey, I heard everyone wanted to get rid of these guys. So here's us endorsing them getting some of their own land. And then who's that sent to? The motherfucking
The Rothschild. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Lord Rothschild.
Yeah, what you were saying, this is the dude who had the 5 sons,
Yeah.
which that's like
He had the biggest fortune of modern times at one point. The biggest like private fortune. And he just like revolutionized banking and like monopolized it with his 5 sons because he was able to like spread it out while also keeping it together. You know what I mean?
which makes sense because if you have a shitload of money, I saw some video where some guy was like, you could just fully bypass a banking system with just a neighborhood. Like if everybody in the neighborhood pools their money together, you all buy gold and then make a currency based on that gold. You just bypass. That's exactly what the government does, but a currency. Not anymore, obviously. They do something completely different. But that's like the basis of how a currency happens. And it's like if you start with the biggest amount of wealth, it's like, okay, I split that 6 ways. I stay in Europe with my son, or 5 ways. I stay in Europe with one son. I send one son over here with a shitload of money. He opens a bank with his money. And then this guy opens a bank over here. It's like, shit, we just took over half the world. And then people go over to the new world and they're like, well, fucking hang out.
When you look at that Lord Rothschild's guy, it says...
Obviously, that happened way before him, but yeah.
But when you click on that guy and his like family history and stuff, I mean, I think I don't know if it's the same dude that we saw in that documentary about Rome like rewriting things and stuff when they asked that like Jewish guy to like rewrite.
Yeah,
the Jewish-
Flavius Josephus.
Yeah, I don't know if he's related to that guy, but he made it sound like there's a Rothschild dude running around in the thick of all that shit when I was reading about it.
Really? Like that name, you could trace back that far.
It seemed like it. I don't like click on that dude's shit. I didn't go super deep. It seemed like it just popped up, but it was talking about that era of Rome when they're rewriting shit.
Let's see who this was sent to. Lord Rothschild.
Yeah,
Lionel Walter Rothschild, 2nd Baron Rothschild. Baron D. Rothschild. 1868, 1937. British banker, politician, zoologist. Member of the Rothschild family.
is it zoologist?
A Zionist leader. What did you say?
Did it say zoologist or something else? Did it say like zoologist?
Zoology is the scientific study of animals. I mean, I think that's...
I was reading something earlier and the word seems off to me and I forgot to double back. Never
It's
mind.
probably this one. Zoologist. It looks like zoologist. Let's see, early family. Let's see who he's related to.
Let's see if you see anything Roman.
Rome. Rome doesn't pop up.
Maybe it was on the Balfour thing. I don't know. Like I said, my tummy hurt this morning.
My tum was rather in much pain. Jesus.
Trying to read about the Israel-Palestine conflict through a stomach ache. That's how much I care. Not these bleeding heart. Oh, what happened to Ukraine, everybody?
Oh.
No one cares about Ukraine anymore?
Dude, I've been seeing videos of just like people freaking out when it's like Zelensky hearing the news of the Middle East. Wait, my thing's not over yet.
Yeah.
Like, what are you I still need money.
Dude, we gave him more money than God. We fucking gave him more money in however long
Build
this
a
shit's
new
been
country.
happening.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's crazy. Since Obama was in office, they've been shipping Ukraine money.
But, like, didn't they say we spent, like, 10 times or, like, 8 times more on Ukraine than we did on, like, the Iraq and Afghanistan
We spent,
wars?
since 2020,
Just give them money.
since
Great.
2020, we've sent Ukraine upwards of $80 billion. And that's, like, what they're reporting. They
Right.
they have no fucking idea how much they've sent Ukraine. But they're estimating, say, $80 billion. From 2001 to when they pull out of Afghanistan? 2019,
No, later.
2020, 21.
I think, yeah.
It was like 20. It was like 20 years. In like the 19 to 20 years they were in Afghanistan, they spent $79 billion.
Right.
79.
So maybe it was like 8 times
The fuck?
faster.
That's boots on the ground, full blown war. We're not even over there yet.
Just throwing money.
We're just sending a country $80 billion.
Dude, meanwhile, like you see those videos of that street in Philadelphia where people are just like literally like zombied out, like slow motioned.
That's the thing. It's like, take care of our own fucking people.
Like, we're not some fucking utopia. We're not Atlantis sending people out with. We're not China sending people treasure ships of like, oh, we learned how to make fucking gunpowder and shit. And
check this out, everyone.
Yeah, learn how to do this
for the good of humanity.
Yeah, plant your crops at this time. Like, we're not.
Mind you, they shut that shit down. But yeah,
but they didn't shut it down for any bad reason. They shut it down to get even better. It didn't end. I mean, it turned out great, but the intent was good.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we got to work on ourselves. We got to look inward.
Yeah, we helped some people. We look inward now.
Yeah,
shut the borders down.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's what they got to do here. See how many migrants are coming over?
No, you were gonna tell me.
And I'm not against.
My family came here.
This is my great grandfather came in from Sicily. And he put boots on the ground. He started a family here. He never had any fucking money in his wallet. He had shit.
Greatest country in the world.
Greatest country in the world. Followed the American dream. Came over here legally. That's what he did.
Wow.
That's what he did. That's the big thing. Legally.
Little thing called Ellis Island.
Came in, changed his name, came through, started a family, did his shit. Legally. Like a man. Dude, there's videos. Millions of people coming over. There's boats coming in every fucking day. And it's like, there's people going out on these boats and like down these rivers that connect into Mexico and then go through into like Texas. They're just letting them in. Dude, they're charging the borders. They're just letting them in. This dude is...
Glad we've just been pumping money into the wall.
Bro, so this...
do anything.
Yeah, right? So this one dude was on a boat and he was just driving down this river and every boat that passed full of migrants was just like, or refugees, whatever you want to call them. They were like, where are you from? China. All right. Where are you from? Africa. Where are you from? Venezuela. These people are coming from everywhere. Dude, so many that they're going into Texas, and Texas is like, we're not dealing with this. We're going to ship them. If you guys want these people.
I know you're excited to get to America, but you got to not quite America.
You're not. Yeah, we're kind of our own thing.
Yeah.
So I guess Texas is pissed off, and they're like, fuck it, we're shipping them out. So they're shipping them to Chicago. They're shipping them to all these big cities, right?
Liberal places that'll take them.
Bro, that fat fuck Pritzker is on TV talking about it, and he's like, yeah, we're going to be shipping. People are asking him, they're like, where do we know where these migrants go after they get here? He goes, there's no system in place to track them. They have the freedom. A lot of them want to go south. Some want to go north. There's no way to track them unless, they register for certain, utilities and stuff. But, we have no way of tracking where they go. It's like, the fuck? Apparently, we bought houses out here, right?
Yeah.
We're homeowners. I close in a couple days.
Beautiful.
They're giving Joliet $8 million. Apparently, the current mayor refused it, but they're giving Joliet $8 million. They're going to ship thousands of them here. And they're going to be staying in that abandoned courthouse in Joliet or at another place closer to over here. Isn't this fucking crazy? What are these people going to... They're going to be just homeless, living in these fucking things. What are you going to do? You're going to fucking rob shit. You're going to... Mind you, some people are refugees. Some people do want to start a family.
For sure.
But these other countries, you think they're giving us all their good people?
But
they're going, no, empty our prisons. Here's all your fucking... Here's all these crazy people.
But then you're also... It's like the people that grow up here they're going to have a better fighting chance than a refugee. They at least have some level of like family or whatever. Half of those people get into gangs because it just is survival. You're going to put people in like a bad area and then be like...
figure it out.
Yeah, on their own.
Here's some Section 8 housing. Here's a project for you to move into.
And then be upset when they join the only people that will have them.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't seem like a system does, like, seems like we all know where it ends up, but then they're going to be like, color me shocked and be like, no.
What happened?
Probably could have seen this from fucking a mile away, no?
Yeah. No, there was a big meeting yesterday. I don't know what the outcome was. I was waiting.
Pritzker had that no cash bail thing too, and that's why that situation my mom's having with that person, because they have a bunch of like car tickets, like no insurance and shit like that, and they should be in jail. But the no cash bail thing, they got to go home because it's like, oh well, you can't like discriminate against people without money, and it's like,
yeah, but they're fucking losers. Like they're pieces of shit.
Yeah,
like, shouldn't these people be, like, how are they going to learn if you're not locking them up? Isn't that the point of jail, is to learn from what you've done? Like,
or if anything, wouldn't the answer be, like, to prorate it to where it's, like, a percentage of what your income? It's like, okay, so even if it's a false number, because it's, like, what you put down on taxes, you got to ding them for something. You can't just be like, well.
Don't do that again.
Yeah.
And then they do it again. It's like, well, you can't pay the ticket, so don't do that again. We can't lock you up.
I don't know how that works.
I don't fucking get it. You were just saying how you go shopping out here and there's fucking raggedy ass like crackheads or homeless people. It's like, help these fucking people. What are we gonna do with the people over here? The fuck, like, you're letting them stay in the courthouse. What about all these other homeless people?
Right.
You weren't gonna let them stay over there?
Every day I see homeless
This place
people.
is abandoned. You have signs on the front of that courthouse. No trespassing.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. You'll be arrested. You'll be towed if you park here.
Right.
It's like,
no
the
loitering.
fuck? No loitering. Here, 2,000 people. Nobody fucking knows. Nobody's got papers. Nobody knows what they did in their home country. Come on over. Hey, hang out. We're gonna set you up.
Joliet of all places.
Yeah, Joliet. The fuck?
No, send them to Naperville.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Have Naperville fucking.
You guys all got big houses.
Yeah,
open up a couple rooms. Pritzker, you live in a gated community. Of course you're taking them in because you don't give a fuck.
I noticed you have a Ukrainian and an Israeli flag, two basically white people. How about a Uzbekian flag? We have
My man's coming in.
Yeah,
Come on, fresh out the boat.
He wants to wrestle.
Yeah, he wants to wrestle. He loves it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Do you have space for that in your basement?
Please, I'm sure you do.
Naperville's a big wrestling community. We figured it'd be a good.
Yeah, be good.
Our other guy, he's Cameroonian.
Yeah. Big dude.
You
Big.
want to put that flag? If you have him stay in your house, you can put the flag in your Twitter bio. And, people will be.
It'd be sick.
People will be so impressed with your
Yeah.
generosity.
Real blindside situation.
That dude was in a conservatorship. Did you know that?
No. What's that?
That thing that Britney Spears was under.
It's a great movie.
Where I don't know. Conservatorship? Oh no,
The Blind Side.
Oh. I mean, I think that
what is a conservatorship?
I think that lady's hot. I mean, big old titties. Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock? Oh, Sandy Bullock? Come on. She's good.
But yeah. I just saw that dude was in a conservatorship, which is like when people like make this. It's like a guardian pass when you're 18, basically. Like they still make the decisions for you.
When you're past 18?
Yeah. You know how like people has a permission.
So that
slip says,
family
like,
is still controlling his ass?
He just got out of it, I guess. I guess he had to like sue to get out of it, maybe or something.
So he doesn't like the family.
I don't know. This is just a headline I saw, but it was like his conservatorship finally ends or something. Has come to an end. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's been good for a minute now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's well off. Like, I'm sure he did well for himself.
Been like a decade plus since that movie came out, maybe.
Yeah. I wonder if you get money for that.
The movie?
Yeah. Probably, right? It's your story.
Yeah. You sell the rights to your life story.
Damn. I wish I got Londo's life story down. That would have been sick. That's a movie. That's a fucking movie.
Is he not feeling it?
He's in bad shape.
Yeah.
I guess I could. I mean, yeah, I got to go over there. I got to talk to him. Figure that out. But yeah, dude. Sending all these fucking people. It's crazy. I'm buying a gun. Get a couple guns.
Hey, but why don't all these people, why don't they get the fucking Israel treatment? Why don't they, well, we should just go fix up their land for them so they could live there.
Yeah.
It's like,
or is it because...
why wasn't our solution like, oh, all the Israelis could come here? Like,
yeah. Or is it because we sent out so many economic hitmen that we've fucked up their country so far to where now they have nowhere to go? You wonder if it's because we fucked up all their countries.
I mean, we definitely did a lot of them.
Yeah. Like Venezuela and all these like South American countries.
So then it's like, while you're there, they hate us, but then when they get here, it's like, oh, this place is much better. This place is pretty sick.
Of course, you're not going to want to leave.
Like, and you could still hate, like, plenty of Americans hate, like, the government or whatever.
Yeah, look at us. We don't hate the government. We just think it's fishy.
We hate the people in it.
Yes. The system as a whole could work.
It's not that bad. It's
No,
not perfect.
The system could work.
It's not perfect by any means, but it seems to be better than anyone else's.
Yeah, capitalism, all that. Like, it's.
I hate when people get all shitty on capitalism. I'm like, you don't see this as like that guy's being greedy. You see this as like a systematic failure.
Yeah, you think it's the whole system that's fucked. It's not the people at the top.
Yeah.
Mind you, the system is skewed with like maybe they're making too much money and they do get too much power, and these corporations like BlackRock and Vanguard can just take over all that shit. But like how we separated church and state, you know
who else can take over is communist governments.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's almost like how we separate church and state. You almost have to separate business and government now, because it's like,
but it's all the same, because all the businesses are in the pockets of the
but that's the thing, because
all the conglomerates. Right?
Yeah,
isn't that the word?
Conglomerates. Yeah, that's like a
businesses of businesses.
Yes, exactly. Like a
parent companies.
Berkshire Hathaway. They're a conglomerate because they own like parts of all these different companies. I think that's how that works. Or Disney.
So.
But no, do you remember that? Yeah.
The powerhouse of the cell.
The powerhouse of the cell. They really get down into it. No, do you remember that it wasn't even a whistleblower. This one like reporter was talking to this BlackRock recruiter, and was just recording, like secretly recording him. She was like a reporter, and he just starts talking about how, like, yeah, this is how the system works. Like, how much money do you have? You buy a politician. So it's like you gain all this wealth, you get all these resources where you get your hands on all these different corporations, to where you own so many corporations, or you're working with all their money, like investing and all that shit, to where if this company goes under, it doesn't matter. You have 20 other ones backing that one up. Yeah. So it's like you're diversifying so much to where your money's spread out everywhere, to where you're constantly making all this money. So now you get all this wealth. And now your next step is jumping into politics. So now it's like, okay, how do you get into politics? You just buy politicians. And he was like, a senator? He goes, that's cheap. You got $4,000. You get him to say whatever you want. Okay. Once those people, and now all the corporations you have, this CEO has been really good. Okay, let's put him in the cabinet. I'm going to pay off this dude who just became president to allow the Chase CEO to be your financial officer or whatever in the government, because you're just paying him. Who gives a fuck? Like, we'll just replace him and our guy will be in the government now. And now he's working obviously for the president or whatever, but he's working in the best interests of all these corporations because he knows where he came from, and they're all on the same page, all these CEOs and shit.
I was just watching some shit the other day about how, like, people were complaining about, like, how much money a CEO makes compared to everyone else. And some dude was like, well, you have to understand that the CEO actually does the most work. Like, they're the one driving the company. I was like, yeah, maybe for, like, some type of tech startup or something. But, like,
yeah,
our
like
CEO doesn't do...
He's at festivals.
A damn thing.
No.
Like, there is not a job description to his title. Like, he exists in a handshaking, smiling...
Yes, I send an email out, yes, that I don't write. I go backstage with these celebrities. I talk. Oh, I got a meeting with this dude, and then I'm going to talk to my advisors, and they're going to finish the actual deal with my board. It's like, yeah, you have a board of directors. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You all get paid $20 million to sit on your ass and go, well,
your daddy's strong-armed.
Yeah, that's the other
into giving you.
Yeah, you came from the fucking Jim Beam fortune. You go, Daddy, I want to play in the weed industry.
I like smoking weed.
Dad, I'm a fan. Come on, it's got medical benefits.
I went to a Cypress Hill concert
in 1994.
This is my culture.
Dad, you don't fucking support me for anything. You support me for anything I do. No, that's how it is.
It's like as long as you stop doing that Jamaican accent. I'll let
This is how I talk, Dad.
I don't want the Jim Beam.
I tell I don't like a whiskey. I'm gonna smoke the high grade, man.
I like the island rum.
The island rum. They're the Jamaican rum, man.
Pops, you got yourself a deal.
Uh-oh. Jamaican goes African quick. Oh my God.
All roads lead back to Africa.
All roads to cradle of motherfucking civilization. But no, it truly Israel is the new Palestine or the new Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
There should be
You gotta have a cause every couple months.
Yeah, I mean, Israel's the new
Add to your Tinder profile of people you won't go on a date with, people who are anti-Israel. Like,
oh my God.
you're like, have you ever met a Jewish person? What?
A what now? Yeah, those are the people that
Yeah, you know any? I don't need to know any for my heart to go. Like, does your heart go out to the Palestinian people? They're dying.
what, those terrorists?
Hamas
Yeah.
is a terrorist group. Dude, it's a terrorist group from Palestine versus the Israeli military. It's not military. It's not terrorist.
It's like us fighting the Taliban.
Yes.
It would be us. It would be like us saying everybody in Afghanistan is a piece of shit
When
because
really it's just the Taliban.
it's just the Taliban. Like,
Yeah. It'd be like
and then honestly,
the
and like
KKK thing.
exactly where it's like, oh, the KKK fucked up somebody over here, and it's like, goddamn, those Americans, they're all pieces of shit. And
Americans. Whoa.
It's like, whoa, what are you talking about? I live in Montana. Like, I live in Illinois. Like, what are you
People
talking?
literally wouldn't like do business with someone in the KKK. Like,
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? You sound insane right now. No,
I
they're
like to drink directly into the microphone.
you do. You love it. There should be a service. We should start up a service where you can turn in your Ukrainian sticker and we replace it with an Israel sticker.
That's what I'm saying. Dude. It should be like an outfitter of sorts, where
sure.
it's like get your. I think it is.
Should run that.
I think we should add that to the list. Big list.
Big list.
A lot of good ideas.
A lot of prep. A lot of prep.
But yes, I think that would be a fine idea to have an outfitter station where it's like you come in, you trade in your Ukraine stuff, your gear,
Yeah, you trade in your Ukraine gear.
your car sticker,
Yeah.
and
We're gonna set you up with an Israeli flag for the back of your car.
they got you the little
A
handbook,
sticker.
little check guide. It's like, all right, make sure to update all your bios. You're gonna want to update that with the Israeli flag. Maybe put a menorah emoji in there
Yes.
as well. Christmas, that
We will not be.
festive times are coming.
And if you really want to take the extra step, don't celebrate Christmas this year. Let's all get on Hanukkah.
In solidarity, I'm putting silly putty all over my nose.
I will be in solidarity. I will be doing this
Yes.
as an act of love.
Oh, did you see? I don't mean to be crazy also. Did you see Lord Rothschild's coat of arms?
Let's see.
Look at this shit. It's the only purple one.
I'm sorry. It blends in with the black one.
Where is all this shit now?
Jesus. Was it even in here?
Oh, I went to the Rothschild family. That's what it was. Yeah, somewhere in there it says Rothschild's family or something. Yeah, yes.
Isn't that the coat of arms for like the Russian Federation or some shit?
Tartarian Griffin.
A Tartarian griffin.
I think a Tartarian Griffin. And then this thing is there twice, so that's got to be important.
What thing?
This black bird dragon.
Yeah, that's like the bird that's on the
This beast.
the beast. That's like the bird that's on the Polish flag.
I would love to be a Mason so I could decode this coat of arms. I don't know shit, though. This is Control F Rome in this one. This is where I was reading.
Okay, let's do this. Control F. Nothing.
Roman.
ROMAN.
A-N.
The holy. Here we go. This is gonna be good.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
We figured it out.
Court factor in Germany. The free city of Holy Roman Empire established a banking business in the 1760s. Unlike the most previous court factors, Rothschild.
The family was elevated to noble rank by the Holy Roman Empire.
And the United Kingdom.
What the fuck?
The family's documented
Who else
history
is
starts.
holy ranked? Who else? What's the list of holy ranked people?
That's interesting. Is that?
Cue that up next.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Noble. Family was noble rank.
Still though, pretty good.
Associated with
Pretty
nobility.
good.
Royalty. You're basically royalty.
In the eyes of the Holy Roman Empire.
The Holy Roman Empire and the United Kingdom. The family's documented history starts in the 16th century. Frankfurt. Its name is derived from
Germany?
the family house Rothschilds, built by Isaac Frankfurt in 1567. Can you imagine being able to trace your family back to 1567?
Well, he says it goes back to Nimrod, doesn't he?
Yes, I think so. I
Well,
heard that
that's
somewhere.
Like
Possessed the largest private,
it's like 2,000 years
Yeah.
more.
provides the largest private fortune in the modern world. Origin, Holy Roman Empire.
Oh, so that's what that thing is. That bird thing.
The Holy Roman Empire of the German nation of 15.
Well, that's where it's saying he's from, right? Because Frankfurt's Germany, right?
Yes.
He keeps saying Frankfurt like it's in England. I'm like, I don't think so.
The Rothschild family has frequently been the subject of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Many of which have anti-Semitic origins.
No, wrong. What a smear campaign. What an absolute fucking smear.
A real piece of shit on that one.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's literally like when they call like UFO people like conspiracy. It's just like, oh, it's the same way they call people racist for like trying to talk about the differences between people. It's like, hey, you can't do science anymore. You can't notice differences between people anymore.
You can't figure these things out.
Bringing this TV closer.
Encouraged or people say they've encouraged or discouraged wars between government. Some reviews wrote that. God, there's really nothing in this.
Yeah, I stayed up in the top part.
Damn. This.
What?
Napoleon branch, Austrian branch, French branches, English branch.
The 5 kids.
Yeah, they're just branching out. That's crazy. It's interesting.
Because then if you control all the money... What was that one guy's quote? I thought it was the dude that showed up to do the Federal Reserve, maybe. Maybe it was someone else. Where he's like...
Oh, like control a nation's money.
Control the... if you gave me any, like, option to control a nation, I wouldn't, like, go to war with it or anything. I would just take control of its money and then bend their knee that way. It's fucked.
It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. Give me control of a nation's currency, and I care not who runs the government.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who really runs the bitch?
Yeah, like, who gives a shit? Like, let me control the currency, and
I'm in charge.
I control the government. That's what it is. That's crazy. I had a video of a Rothschild. Dude, where is it? God damn it. I don't know. It was in here. Jesus. Israeli defense minister. This is from the Israeli defense minister. No electricity, no food, no water for 2.3 million people living in the Gaza Strip. We are fighting animals. He's cutting off power, food, no gas, all closed off.
Dude, there's
We are fighting animals and are acting accordingly, is a quote.
Okay, but like that's fine if you're talking about Hamas to call them animals. Sure, like
Like, there's also people living there.
and not for nothing, but I'm sure a lot. Not that their response is correct, but they are responding to people taking over their land by force. So, not that it's right to then respond with terrorist acts, but when America's backing the one country and no one's backing you,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to fight back. So, they do terrorist.
Well, when
shit.
all the media is literally the media is no one's saying Hamas. They're all saying like a couple
crazy.
people. Everyone's saying these Palestinian terrorists,
Yeah.
this terror. It's like, God, you guys are doing the same shit from 9/11. You just keep repeating
same playbook.
the
They
same
got the
narrative,
same playbook, bro.
repeating the same narrative, and it's like, I really want to look into these bombings and shit. I mean, it's fucked up to say, but you really wonder, like,
the second you said that shit about the crisis actors, I'm like, that's such a term that got destroyed during that Alex Jones thing. So now if anyone's even to suggest a crisis actor, it gets, I'm sure you're looked at as like a fucking moron, like
Yeah.
QAnon person.
what are
now.
you talking about? A crisis? Like, you think they're gonna? People died.
I'm like, yeah, it's
Yes,
terrible.
people died.
Yeah,
But it's like people died, and they can.
we're trying to figure out how to prevent it. Why this is happening?
It's like, yeah, like people died, and like you can act accordingly. You don't have to display everything like it's a show. Like, you're showing off all these, but like,
And the Israeli people I think it's like British news people are over there, you know?
the BBC, the
Probably.
most fucking corrupt news station on the planet.
I don't even know anything, but yeah, some fucking like Western news is over there, and they're on like a hill that all these Israeli people are watching bombs and missiles go from their side to the other side. They're all cheering and stuff, and they're interviewing this one girl, and she's like, "I just think they should take the whole. They should just take it off the map, the whole city, the whole." And it's like, right, like not Hamas. You're saying take the city off the
Yeah.
map. Why are we not calling that weird? And everyone's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, she's pretty
She's
torn
really,
up.
she's really charged up.
It's like,
Dude, I saw a video of this woman running down the street with an Israeli flag on her back, and she's saying, like, this is Israeli land, like, this is Jewish land, we should kill these people, get these people out of here. And it's like, the terrorists, yes. Like, get rid of, to end the war on terror, like, get rid of that.
Palestine's probably ready to get Hamas out of there themselves. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure there's some bullshit going on, but, like, I don't know. Like, obviously people are dying on both sides, and it's fucked up regardless.
but
But
imagine if Native Americans, like, went on a fucking rampage through a town and everyone was like, whoa,
what are we doing?
the fuck?
No, it's our land. Whoa,
But imagine if, like, one dude did that, and then we were all like, we got to get rid of these Native Americans again. They'd be like, no. There's one motherfucker.
This dude's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's, like, the same proportion of what's happening. Like,
The U.S. has deployed the largest warship in the world to assist Israel.
to beat Palestine?
The largest warship.
What is going on, man?
Isn't that crazy? We're going. We'll be boots on the ground soon.
I don't...
Soon. It's crazy. I hope we're not in draft age.
Do they have, like, dirt on us? That's literally what it feels like. Is like someone... Like, we have no reason to be, like,
But it
Israel's
makes
little bodyguard.
But it makes you wonder, does it go back to the Rothschilds?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, is this just...
the thing
Is this
said-
because if they run the government, if they run all these big corporations and the banking systems and all this, and they're in the Federal Reserve and they're entrenched in all these, like, assets of the government, it's like, why couldn't they just go, here's an extra $1 million, like, go send a warship over, like, or $1 billion, like, go do your thing, like, I'll shut off, I will fucking collapse your money system tomorrow.
It's going to anyway.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's crazy.
Because the UN said, the thing I read said the UN faced, like, internal pressure to resolve the issue quickly. They just gave them half a pound. But then the thing you were reading in the Balfour Declaration was saying how, like, it's known that when I say they should be given part of Palestine, it should be, like, one uninhabited area, and that they shouldn't be taking over pre-existing places.
Yeah,
Which is what then happened, which then led to people getting mad at.
Dear Lord Rothschild. This is the document that was sent in 1817. Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you on behalf of this, what's that word? Magistrary's government? His Majesty's government. The following declaration of sympathy with the Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the cabinet. His Majesty's government view with the favor of the establishment in Palestine of a national home for Jewish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object. It has been clearly understood that nothing shall be done that may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, nor the rights of a political status enjoyed by Jews of any other countries. I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist.
So he's basically like
Federation.
pledging his like allegiance or loyalty. Like this is like if these dudes are trading favors and stuff.
Yeah.
This is him being like, yeah,
Hey,
like
you can have the land.
you have England. This is 1700 or whatever, or 1900s, right?
1917.
Yeah, England's still big dick. I mean, not compared to
Damn,
us.
that's when the Federal Reserve started. 1918.
England's still like the second
Yeah.
player.
Yeah. They're there.
It's like
They're having fun.
Yeah. Where do they rank military-wise? Do they suck now? What a fall from grace.
I feel like they got a good Navy, right?
Navy, I would hope.
Yeah. 1913. Never mind. Yeah, they probably still got a good Navy. I bet they got some good like spec ops, like special forces or some shit.
What's their shit? M6, right? Or something?
MI6?
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
You ever read those books as a kid? Those like Alex Rider, I think it was.
No. That like Tom Clancy? Is he like the Tom Clancy of England?
I've never read those, but I think so. They were just always in like study hall. They were always like in class.
Read about the military.
It wasn't the military.
The military.
This
MI6.
is like a kid who had spy parents that died, so then like he became a spy. It was very cliche in hindsight, but
Oh, then never mind. I never. Yeah.
it was every book was the same, just swapped out with like
Different character.
yeah.
Different scenario.
Mhm.
He's in England.
People know what I'm talking about, and they love it. That's a good series. Stormbreaker, I believe.
Stormbreaker?
I believe was the title of one of them, if I recall.
Codebreaker was a book I started reading.
Didn't finish.
Didn't finish that. That was a shit book.
Oh,
I remember
nice.
starting reading it and like getting like
You did the LeBron move.
yeah, I got like a quarter of the way in, if
You're
that.
thumbing that table of contents.
Yeah, I swear to God, I remember getting this book, getting a quarter of the way in, and then like the teacher would come around and be like, "Yes, what are we reading? Yes, cool." And she would look at it and she goes, "What's happening so far?" And I like would explain and she goes, "This book's too hard for you." And I go, "But is that what's happening?" She's like, "Kind of, but I would say yes, but it's really, I think this book's just too much for it." I'm like, "But it was kind of a cool book. Like I thought I could."
That's just a shitty teacher.
Yeah, no, it's kind of fucked up.
I had the opposite
remember that.
thing.
Really?
I wanted to read the
And I hated reading. That's probably why I hate reading.
that's terrible teaching.
Wow, that's interesting. Because actually, from now that you mentioned that, from then on, I read the same book through all of my years of like every year we'd have to do like a book report. I would just pick the same book
Just knock
every
it out,
fucking,
yeah.
and I would knock it out. I read the same book like 4 times.
What were the Tales of Unfortunate Events? I kept trying to read those, and my teacher wouldn't let me.
that.
She's like, "You're at a too high a level. Like, you can't just read those." I'm like, "But it's fun."
Yeah, like I like this.
Yeah, it's good. I was like,
Lemony
read some
Snickets.
bullshit. Yeah.
Fucking,
Which then becomes like work and not enjoyment or whatever.
that's what I mean. I think that's why I hated a lot of the shit in school, because it was like a lot of it just felt like work, and it's like it's not. You're not teaching me anything. It's a memory game.
Did you ever read that? I think it was called Hatchet.
No.
That was like a classic. Another like in every classroom. I felt
Goosebumps was a classic.
big time.
Yeah, I liked Goosebumps.
Goosebumps and Courage are the only scary things I like,
Yeah,
and scary movies.
I couldn't
Count
watch
those.
Courage when I was younger at night.
Man, my grandparents' back room, man, I would be fucking shaking.
freaking out.
Dude, this is the room to the backyard and to like the side of the house.
Yeah.
Everything dark as shit. Like, oh my God.
Going in the basement.
Creepy as hell. I was scared of my basement forever. My mom used to scare the shit out of me sometimes. Like me and my
Like
friend.
hide in the basement?
Like no, me and my friend would go down to scare her, so then she would counter scare us.
Ah!
She would set something up like where we would think she'd be. So we would like jump out, and then she would jump out like behind us.
Really?
Yeah, it was impressive.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
That was the young mom thing of like she's still like fucking 5 years was a pothead ago.
Yeah.
So she's still like, oh shit.
Like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna fucking
Yeah.
scare these kids right now.
I had the opposite. I had older parents. My dad would have fun. My dad would fuck around.
Your dad's like invented for a barbecue.
Yeah, I'm my dad's only kid. Like,
Your dad is fucking like grill master general.
yeah, I'm
fucking,
ready.
like-
Just, I'm back there. I'm having fun. Woo!
Your dad, like, if your dad had a GIF, it would be like behind the backing a Coca-Cola to someone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's a Miller
Hey,
Lite.
Fresca.
Yeah, but it's a Miller Lite.
Yeah, well, depending on the crowd.
No, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember him being drunk at all of my birthday parties, but present, drunk but present.
My dad,
Come on, open up another one. Have fun. Get in there.
my dad,
Pulls out the big gifts.
fucking angry.
Really?
Like, my mom like made him be there. Yeah,
That's funny. Not funny. It's tragic.
pretty funny.
Is he an angry drunk? My dad's turned.
No,
my
he's
dad's
an
turned
angry
into.
person.
Oh, the alcohol brings it out of him.
No, I mean,
Oh, it's just straight. He was angry.
he just gets short. Like he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's just not like. It's not the role he's supposed to have.
I cut out for it.
Yeah, that's like what it is.
Hey, do you remember that? Remember when we went to the vape store to pick up Badger Tips or Kratom, and our phones went off for that emergency thing?
Yeah.
You know that fucked over a lot of people.
How?
It fucked over several Amish men are being shunned from their community because they were snuck in phones and it went off at that time. So these Amish people were in like church or whatever. Their family saw it and that fucking thing bang, bang, went up. Nothing makes that sound in Amish land.
Not one damn
Not one
thing.
day. So they're being shunned by their elders.
Damn. That's right. They do shunning.
Completely shunned. You're dead.
That's so cool.
Look at him. You're dead. You might as well be you might as well you move to a new community, but you
know
can't
what's-
move to another Amish community because they all talk.
You know what's nice though? Maybe this was the kick in the ass you needed to get out. Because hey, you already had the phone.
You probably were talking to somebody.
Maybe you weren't about it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, spin this positive.
I'm sure a lot of them would like to talk to their families.
I'm sure a lot of them would. Isn't that crazy though?
And now that's the fucked up thing is it puts the family in the spot of like I can't talk to my kid now or else they'll shun me.
Yeah.
Like why would you?
It's almost
me
like
in this
they're
position.
it's almost like they're trapped in a type of prison. And that's exactly who it fucked over next was the prisoners with illegal phones in prison. They all went off in the prison.
Prisoners always have phones somehow. There's so many TikTok accounts from prison and stuff.
I love it.
It's crazy.
Londo said you would just pay a guard off and they'd sneak them in.
That's awesome.
You could give a guard anything. You can give just
If
like
you, again,
just
if
like
you
with
don't
a
want that to
politician.
happen, pay the guy more.
Exactly. And it's like literally Londo would talk. He's like, "Yeah, you can get anything." I'm like, "Could you get a gun?" And he's like, "Probably, but I mean, why would you want a gun? It's too loud. It's too messy."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
He's like, "Yeah, you don't want that." But like drugs, it doesn't matter.
A gun in prison is like a nuke.
Yeah. And especially
want-
yeah, exactly.
It's too much.
And especially now with like everything being digital, you don't even have to exchange money. It's like, hey, my buddy on the outside is gonna send you
It's gonna zell you.
is gonna zell you $800 to sneak in a little bit of coke
right.
or like an ounce of weed in a softball. He said they would do that. They would take
Pretty good.
They would take 2-3 ounces of weed,
I was just sizing that up. Yeah.
compress it into like a fucking rock, wrap it in a softball, and his buddies would just whip it over the wall.
Lob.
Would just lob it over the wall.
Yeah, that's great.
And fucking hilarious.
It's pretty good. Softball. Pretty good.
You hold a lot in a softball.
As a guard though, you're staring at like 3 gangbanger looking type dudes, and you're like, You a couple big softball heads, are
You
you?
guys play softball, huh?
You got a softball team back at home? Yeah. What company do you work for has a softball? Because on your record it says that none of you have jobs.
But yeah, no, he said, yeah, you can get
Let's
anything.
Wreck softball.
Yeah, get in that. No, yeah, he said you can get anything. You just fucking pay someone, just like a politician. You pay him. But yeah,
I mean,
but
most
that's how.
people,
But that's he said that's how you get things in there too. To where, if you have another if you have someone else in jail, like if you have a buddy who's like 4 cells over and he's gonna sell you cigarettes or he's gonna sell you, weed or some shit or a knife. You don't exchange anything to him. You contact somebody on the outside. You have them Zelle somebody, his guy on the outside, and then who's taking care of his money.
you know what? Remember that movie where they had like video game people that you like owned or whatever?
Sims?
No. It was a movie. It was like I think Gerard Butler was in it.
Gamer?
Yes.
Yes, I
You know what I'm
remember
talking
that.
about?
Yeah, I remember that.
They should do that with prisoners, and they should like a prisoner could sign up.
Work in the meta?
He could sign up to be like, but it wouldn't even be the meta. Like a guy could put the headset on, and then it just shows them a live stream of the prison cell, and that dude just has to do whatever the guy says, and the dude thinks it's like he's playing a game or whatever, but really,
It's a real life thing.
yeah.
This is interesting.
Because, there's those people that make all the money, like, doing the emoji things on TikTok,
Yeah.
where they eat a fake like, the emoji hot dog comes up, and they, like, eat it, and they, you know what I'm saying?
No, but I get the
It's
gist of what you're saying.
disgusting.
Yeah.
People do that. It's like a lane.
It's a whole lane of like,
I don't want to do it all the way because I'll scrape my face off, but they like emote the emojis as like a human being. So they'll be like, I can't bring myself to do anything, but
just do it. Just try it.
I can't even, if I could think of like one.
No one's watching. 13 people are going to see this.
That's true. If I could think of a single thing, I know the hot dog one is the one I remember. They'll literally be like,
really? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're like the eating sound.
But like people keep, the whole thing is people like tipping. A lot of it's hot girls, but not all of them are.
Really?
I don't understand it.
That's like these e-girls, like the what's that, like gamer girls that like stream with like
Yeah,
the
that
cat
like,
ears.
play a video game.
They play a video game in
yeah.
like lingerie,
Yeah.
but
It was like that world.
the camera is nowhere near the video game. It's just like an ass cam.
Yeah.
Ping 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 ping.
The classic.
We just got to go back to classic bits.
Classic bits.
Joe Biden's dog, Commander, leaves the White House in the aftermath of the biting incidents.
Did you see his brother?
No.
Biden's brother put like a fucking dick pic on Grindr. It's him standing. It's a full body pic of him in like a baseball hat and glasses, and then the rest of him is naked and his dick's hard.
On Grindr?
Yeah,
Can you?
his brother.
You're the president's brother.
And then it's that, and then underneath it's like, could Democrats be distancing themselves from the current president? It's like, yeah, if they want a fucking chance at surviving, yeah, they'd be putting some fucking distance in between them and Joe Biden.
Oh my God, that's
But
amazing.
it's so funny because why is it a big deal if everyone's as fucking liberal as they say? Like, what did the guy do wrong? He's the president's brother, can't get strange dick on the internet.
He
Like,
can't get his dick sucked by another man? Like what?
I'm sure that's pretty good dick sucking clout. You're like, yeah, I'm the president's brother who wants to get
on
jizzed
this.
on.
Yeah. Who wants this presidential jizz?
Presidential seed.
Yeah. Joe DeRosa was, speaking of having sex with men.
I told you about that, yeah.
What happened again? Joe DeRosa's on
Lots
stage.
of podcasts have covered it, so I don't mean to double up, but I mean...
No, we could double up. We're our own show.
he fucking... I got jerked off a guy who's...
He's at a show. What happened? So he's at the show.
He wants to be a some guy who wants to be trans but hasn't done any of the surgeries yet, just has a full-blown dick still. They're talking shit because they called girls up and someone was saying something about her, and someone said, like, Joe, you can't get her hard. And the thing about Legion of Skanks is they'll chant. So, like, when a chant gets going, it's hard to, like, say no to the crowd. Yeah. So they got a chant going about, like, how he's got to go, like, get her hard. So they go to, I think they're, like, mic'd up for the whole thing, too. I don't know. But I guess he goes and, like, full-blown jerks her off, and then she sucks his dick, and then he busts in her mouth. And then they come back out, and she's got cum on her leg to prove it. It's, like, dry. And so, like, everyone was like, oh, my God. And then by the end of it, when DeRosa did, like, the photo dump of the Legion of Skanks weekend to, like, social media, he's got, like, he's, like, on stage with her at, like, a different show also.
Really?
Yeah. And
so Joe DeRosa, this girl sucked his dick so well.
This man who wants to become a girl, who identifies as a woman and wants to biologically become matching with his mentality, but currently is still biologically
is not transgender.
I think I said that as good as you could say it.
Yeah, it's trans. I believe there's a difference between transgender and transsexual, and they're transgender.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it sounds right.
Yes,
and yeah. People were just like, you don't think what you did was gay? And he's like, how was anything that I did gay? And he's like, well, it'd be like, I think Shane Gillis, or no, maybe like Ari or someone was like, well, it'd be like if I wore a dress and you jerked me off and then I sucked your dick. And he's like,
that's not at all what happened.
But I guess he's not like shying away. I guess he talked about it. Let me see if that's out. The Boys Cast with Ryan Long and Danny.
The Pod Boys.
Polishek? I forget how to say his last name.
Polishek.
Probably.
Polish
Jew, yes.
He's a Polish Jew?
Yes.
Straight out of Warsaw. That's awesome. You're goddamn right. Oh, I got another thing, too. This is exciting. What are you looking for?
I think... Yeah, this last episode they put out, the Boys Cast from a day ago, looks like the Legion of Skanks recap. And I know on Shane Gillis's podcast, when they were talking about it, they were like, okay, I know Ryan Long already talked about it, and he said he's going to clear it with Joe that it's cool to talk about. So if they put that out, then we know it's cool that we can put our thing out. And we don't even need to ask anybody. And they were like, all right, cool, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So if that's up, Shane Gillis's thing is up. DeRosa must be cool with it.
So it's in.
It's out.
It's in the books. We're going to put this out now.
It's going to make waves.
It's going to make waves. I don't want to make too many waves in the community.
I don't mean to, be that guy in the pod scene. No, one of these.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get out there.
Yeah,
we're gonna get in that. Last thing. This was just a final little closer. I found this. We always talk about AI is terrifying and it's scary and it's gonna be scary and it's gonna get scarier. This guy made an AI. Nanobots are the scariest fucking thing. 27 years we got till these nanobots come and take us over.
Or vines.
Or galactic plant.
You want them to be... Yours is a more accurate guess that they're nanobots.
A galactic plant is equally terrifying.
It's much scarier.
It's much scarier than that.
The implications of it are so horrific. Nanobots make sense. It happened.
Cool, yeah, nice.
Giant plant just extending tendrils to other plants, to other planets. That means that there's a planet that was able to...
The source of that.
Yes.
And that seed could be planted elsewhere. How scary is that?
There's a Dragon Ball Z movie called The Tree of Might where the villain plants the tree on Earth and it sucks all the energy out of Earth so that the tree could produce the fruit of the gods, and you eat of the fruit and become strong.
Really?
Movies aren't canon, though, so don't even start.
I'm not even about to get into that. I don't even want to get into the canon of Dragon Ball. It's too much to even Well, that's next episode. We'll get into the canon of Dragon Ball.
You got to get back on that, brother.
Yeah.
You're right, bro. I know you went through the
We're
shitty
right
part.
there. We're getting in it.
I feel bad because I'm
We're
going
there.
through.
It's Halloween. We're on the Halloween spirit.
They wear orange.
That is true.
I've been trimming down
Yeah, yeah.
the.
You said yeah. It's not yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
I have been trimming that red ribbon stuff. I feel bad how much I left in still.
Yeah.
I feel like
No, it's good. It's fine. It's good.
like I said, it's just, those
There'll
ones.
be a tier on the Patreon. You guys will know what we're talking about.
Woo.
But, dude, this guy made this AI software that you can upload a picture on it from Instagram. So someone takes a selfie with their buddy on Instagram. You upload it into this AI software.
Two guys would.
Or
Take
just
a
somebody.
selfie together.
Whoever. It's a picture.
Crazy.
The example was two guys in New York. You upload it into this software. It then uses.
I would strike you.
If we have a selfie together at the.
Was I sick and defenseless?
No, it was at the abortion march because we had to prove that we were there, that we were
Oh yeah.
standing.
That
up.
was documenting. That wasn't
We
like
were documenting.
put this up for the gram.
No. We were documenting that people aren't going to believe that we were at this abortion. That we were at
up and we're in the middle of a march and rally.
people wouldn't believe that, so we had to document that.
We are oblivious as fuck, huh? We were in the middle of it by the time we were like, what the
What
hell?
the fuck is this?
What was going on
We were
here?
on the wrong side for a bit.
And didn't know it.
No.
Doubly oblivious.
People tried to hand us signs. They were like, wow, you're the youngest people on this sign. Pro-life, huh? And we're like,
Yeah,
pro what?
Most people don't smoke weed here.
Yeah. Pro what?
Huh.
But I think we're on the wrong side.
You know what? I'm going to have to keep it moving.
crossing past people screaming at each other and police holding them back,
Just-
being like,
Whoa.
sorry, wrong side, everyone.
Excuse me.
Hey, then standing in the middle and going, huh, you guys are really going at it, huh? Hey, just,
Hell of a way to spend a Saturday.
we were at the Taste of Chicago. That was shit compared to this.
I'd rather be here.
Yeah. But no, this guy made an AI software where you can upload an Instagram photo.
Yes.
It will then go through the open cameras of cities. So like cameras like all through New York, Chicago, all these cities have cameras. It goes through the archive of those cameras and finds the moment that photo was being taken. So you could see the two guys. The example was it showed a picture of two guys like in Times Square. The fucking example was a fucking video camera on a building tracking these two dudes, stopping, pulling the phone out, taking the photo.
Oh, so you're not saying you're okay? I get it. I thought at first you were saying
It finds the location.
no, that it finds like you could see a picture, like the metadata of it, like you could track where the phone that took the picture. I thought it was going to say.
Oh,
You're saying it could like
find a security camera on a building
triangulate where the thing happened and then find a camera that has a view of it.
and watch that photo being taken.
I wonder how that shit would work in like, because like I know England's crazy with the cameras everywhere and shit. That's like what V for Vendetta is all about. But what's it called? Like Italy, you go to like an old village in Italy. Like there's not cameras everywhere. We're so used to America where there's just cameras everywhere.
I'm sure it doesn't work, obviously, out there probably. Yeah, I'm sure you got to be like in New York. I'm sure there's special circumstances where like if it can't find a camera, it's going to go, we don't know.
Yeah, we're used to any store you walk into.
Yeah.
Can't you? Oh, there I are.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you take a selfie in front of a Sitco, it'd probably find the camera, maybe. Or is
It's
that
still
open source?
super
I don't know.
impressive. Still.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's just a thing people can do now, or that's like a thing.
I think he posted it on Twitter and was like, "Look at this, what I made."
Interesting.
Not wild, scary. That's kind of like the AI being able to see through walls using Wi-Fi. I ever explained that to you?
Yes, I didn't believe that you were going to have a good point, or that it was going to be a valid thing, and then you explained it, and I was like, that makes sense to me.
That does. Of course, that's how sonar works. I guess that is how AI would make that. Sonar, do you know when submarines or boats use sonar, it puts a beep out underwater that any animals, or if you're close enough to it, fucking die instantly.
Every time that radar pings?
Yeah. I guess.
Jesus.
There was a video of
Doesn't it do that like all the time?
I don't know.
Constantly just like bing.
I unless it's maybe like every now and then there's a special one, but like I saw this video of these two guys scuba diving, and like they're scuba diving, they just hear like hear that, and they like freak out, and they like come up and they start talking, and in the comments they were like, yeah, those guys were lucky. If they were close, it would have blown their eardrums out, or like their head would, like their brain would have turned to mush or some shit.
I mean, admittedly, when they made that shit, no one's scuba diving.
Exactly, yeah, or like you're not really giving a fuck about. But yeah, I guess like when they do that, like animals just fucking die.
That's nuts.
Isn't that crazy?
And we're like, there's a fish shortage, and we've been overfishing the seas, and it's like, maybe, but maybe we stop just fucking. There's a lot of submarines out there.
There's a lot of big old boats out there.
Between us, Russia, and China, we got bitches.
A lot of shit out there.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what, you put regulations on us, but every other country in the world.
Sanction me.
Yeah, sanction me. It's like, all right, well, we can't do it now, but China's still doing it.
Yeah.
Europe's still doing it. Like, what the fuck? Like,
throwing trash.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't throw our trash in the ocean. What do? You ship it to a country that can, and they do it.
And then you feel good.
And then you go, oh, they bought all of our recycling. And then when these fucking morons
they have a
go,
booming recycling industry in Malaysia.
Yeah, in Malaysia, it's not just a pile of burning trash.
Yeah, Christ.
Yeah. And these fucking morons here, you're how dare you not recycle? It's like, it doesn't matter.
Kengan Ashura is such a good fucking show.
Kengan Ashura.
Kengan. They did the Lethway guys fight.
Really? Intense? God. Well, we'll get on that. But that's it for this week.
The Burmese Iron Hammer.
The Burmese Iron Hammer.
The headbutt.
Imagine busting someone's nose with a headbutt.
He does counter headbutts.
A counter?
It's so good.
You know how it is.
I think the Thai God of War is next.
The Thai God of War. This is exciting. Kengan, people. Maybe we'll be on this next week. But episode 85, people. We're back. Back like always. We're
dangerously close to 100, which we're supposed to rebrand by.
We're going to have a full...
No progress has been made.
15 episodes from now, we will have a full rebrand, a studio, a normal...
It's basically the new year. Kind of lines up.
A normal-looking studio, a new name, a new logo.
Right?
News.
That almost damn near lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. News. There's a lot.
News, sketches.
There's a lot planned. I got a house, so that we'll be able to get in that and really start honing in on this. And
I have the studio. Mark will have the set.
Yes, the set. Exactly. But you fuckers take care. Free Palestine. Let's get these people
Make
free.
Israel Palestine again.
Boom.
Yes.